there, Christina Sieberts, truthinit.com, and we are here in San Francisco. Once again, VMware Explore 2022. I am here with Joel from ControlUp. Joel, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. I just did a presentation here on the booth floor, and that's always a good moment to have. So.
Yeah, it seems like it's finally nice to be back in person after having been virtual for the past couple of years. You happy to be back in the flesh here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's for me. I mean, it's been like, what was it, Synergy 2019, I think. So yeah, absolutely. It's very good to meet people in person again.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you just kind of give our audience a brief overview of what you do at ControlUp? What is your role? What do you manage? And what's really going on with the business, generally speaking, that you've seen right now?
Okay, so I run product marketing. So I have two teams, product marketing and tech marketing. So we create pretty much most of the content you will see on our website and our webinars and all those kind of things. So some very smart people, V experts and things like that in my team that create all the content. So ControlUp has always been like very focused on VDI monitoring, right? And until about 2 years ago, that's all we did, right? For Horizon, for other VDI environments, and since the pandemic, the way we work has changed significantly. For some people, they're going back into the office, but a lot of people are still working remote, and that has created such a change in the applications we use, the infrastructures IT teams need to manage, and basically, how they help their end users getting a better experience. And that goes way beyond VDI. This goes to the physical endpoint. This is where we introduced a solution about 2 years ago. But now we see, for example, Teams and Zoom. I mean, that's pretty much all day long for me, right? In meetings, it's Zoom at ControlUp, but for a lot of organization teams. And a lot of IT admins don't have the tools to actually understand if a user has an issue. Even something as simple as people couldn't hear me on the call. So we are trying to build solutions, and we're introducing them here at this event, to also monitor these unified communications tools. So that's some of the developments we've seen, but there's much more. There's much more.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. I know that the pandemic has really changed a lot of the way employees and end users use all these different devices, and I'm sure that increases the need for monitoring everything and making sure these devices are, working properly and able to help employees and end users as they go about their work.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the biggest challenges IT has is that, when a user is in an office building, they control everything, the network, the machines, right? The users nearby. But if I'm sitting remote in my home office with my personal Wi-Fi, with my personal ISP, right? How, as an IT admin, am I going to know what's going on? So you need specific solutions to kind of close or get that visibility back into the last mile, and that's what we've been very focused on.
Okay, that's interesting. So with the exception of VDI, what are some other things that ControlUp can help IT professionals monitor in their IT environments?
So physical endpoints, and it doesn't matter if it's Mac OS or Windows or Linux, so we have full physical endpoint monitoring, so we can monitor the digital experience of the user using the device, but also the apps on the device. I just mentioned the unified communications monitoring for Teams and Zoom. And one other thing we do is SaaS Application Monitoring. So we started doing more and more with that, both through synthetic testing as well as real user monitoring. So, SaaS applications, they will continue to, take over from traditional applications. So that is definitely something that we're going to focus on more and more.
Yeah, that's great. I know SaaS Application Monitoring has been gaining a lot more traction as applications become more and more cloud native, cloud-based. Can you talk a little bit to our audience about, is there anything specific or unique or special that you're showcasing here at the show? Anything new that you're rolling out? Any new initiatives you're working on?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have our Teams monitoring, and we have a couple of these machines run the Zoom monitoring, which from a user interface point of view, it's fairly similar, right? It's the same type of data we present, but we can show that. One other thing that we added to our synthetic testing platform, so the location where you can execute a test from was either in the cloud or a customer could set up their own testing location. Now, any physical endpoint that is being monitored by our software can become a test location. So I can now get a global kind of like map of connectivity to SaaS applications, websites and things like that, depending on how you have it configured. So that is something that we have one customer with over 200,000 seats enrolled. They can literally create a world map, a heat map of ISP connectivity issues by city, by country, and things like that. So it's very powerful.
Wow, where are you guys based out of? Where's your headquarters?
Our headquarters are based in Tel Aviv, in Israel.
In Israel, very interesting.
And we don't have an office in the US. We have a mailbox. We are fully remote here in the US.
That is amazing, and yet I've even been exposed to your brand in some of my prior research too, so I was familiar with ControlUp even before I saw your booth, so you guys are definitely doing a great job with marketing for sure. Anything else you want them to know about where they can go to learn more about your solutions and how you can continue to help them?
Well, lots of places. Of course, our website, ControlUp.com. I think it's also important to know that we offer a fully unrestricted 21-day free trial, so people can just go to our website, click on the start a trial, they get the software immediately, no complications, no email addresses, calls and things, no, immediately getting started. So that's something that you will find on ControlUp.com as well.
That's amazing. So for all your monitoring needs, ControlUp is the place to go. Thank you, Joel, so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure.
I hope you have a great rest of the show. We will be back with more coverage, VMware Explore 2022.